Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I am finally doing some more watercolors. It's been a really long time and I've really missed them. I've been working in black and white ink wash for a long time now for my Memento Mori project, and that is done. So now I get to move back to my watercolors. I really miss them. It's really interesting how being away from something like that, it does really make you realize how many things that you love about it, or at least that I love about watercolors. There were a lot of things that after a while of working with just the ink washes, I was really missing a lot. And it's nice to be back and to be using watercolors again. One of the big things, which isn't really even a watercolor thing, but I really miss working on cold press paper. I think actually overall my favorite might be hot press paper, but there's something about the way that watercolor just hooks into the cold press paper. It's just such an incredibly satisfying experience. I love getting these really flat washes, and it's so much easier with cold press paper. So that was just really nice to get back to the type of paper that I usually use. It was just, it was very, nostalgic is not the right word. It was just very comforting. Yes, comforting to get back to the set of mediums and papers that I'm used to using. And there's so many colors to use. I missed that so much. There were a lot of pleasant things about working with just black and white. I could just dive right in, basically. I just needed to kind of fill out where the darkest darks and the lightest lights were, and then I could just go from there. So that was a benefit, but I really like colors. I love thinking about how it changes the mood and the atmosphere of a piece, what it tells the viewer, what it makes me think of when I look at it. There's just so many emotions that are tied into colors. So being able to get back to that and showing more in that first stage is really pleasant. I loved that. It was fun to paint the background just this rosy color, this vintagey rose color that I was thinking about while I was thinking of how I wanted to paint this while I was doing the sketch. It was nice and refreshing to be able to think about those things again, things that I used to think about all the time, but I've had to step away from for a while. So it is getting me to want to plan out some color palettes that I can use in the future. That is something that I'd like to be more thoughtful with, because there are a lot of really beautiful color palettes, and I think that I don't use them in a way that I think is best. I would love to just really dive into what a certain mood would feel like in colors, and I mention that often, but I don't think that I've really figured out how to do that well. So I'd like to do that more as I'm thinking about colors, to really just think about what is it that I want my character to be feeling? What do I want my viewer to be feeling while they're looking at the piece? What connotations do the colors have that could tie into that? Like this one, I wanted it to feel a bit vintage and antique and forgotten, so I went with a dusty pinky red rose color for the background, and eventually I paint the frame more of a tarnished, almost not quite tarnished, but a gold frame. And this is actually going to be a sticker in my new sticker pack tier over on Patreon. It's actually the exact same tier as what used to be the postcard tier. I've just transitioned it over to a sticker pack where you get 3 stickers instead of a postcard. I'm really excited about it. It's going to give me some new design challenges, and it's going to be really fun. I love designing stickers. So that is shifting. So if you'd like to be a part of that, then make sure to follow the link down in the description. That'll take you over to my Patreon, so you can read the post where I talk more about that in depth, and you can go see if you'd like to sign up for that. If you'd like this sticker and the other 2 companion stickers that will go with it, make sure to sign up before the very last day or by the last day of this month of January, and then I'll get to send it out to you. And with this piece, I really wanted to step carefully and slowly into the world of more expressive mark making. I have been feeling the call to work in a way that's more spur of the moment and spontaneous. I would love to be able to put mark making elements into my paintings that feel like they're just energetic and full of emotion, and I want to feel present when I'm working on my painting so that I have that opportunity to just make something feel a little bit more alive. And I don't really know what I want that to look like in the end goal. I just know that I'd like to give myself room to be more spontaneous, to have that space. So I did a tiny bit of that in this piece. Around where her hair is, I gave it a little bit more of this like broken off, expressive line work kind of an element to it. That was really fun. I actually loved drawing that and just like almost sketching it in. That was really pleasant. And what really helped with that is I was actually using just like a roller ball pen, and that was really nice. It was nice to switch from a micron pen that I would have normally used for that kind of technique, and I used the pen that I actually use to sign all of my prints. I love this pen so much, and it is mostly waterproof. I did do a test right before I did this, and I've tested it in the past. It takes a bit longer to dry all the way to really actually be pretty waterproof than a micron pen, but it worked really well, and it has a very different tactile feeling to use than the microns, which was a big reason why I just picked it up. I wanted to try something a little bit different since I've been using microns so exclusively for so long. So that was really fun, and I liked that it allowed me to create a different kind of mark than with my micron pens. And I think that that was what helped lead me naturally into doing a little bit more expressive type lines with this pen. But moving forward, I would like to plan these things in a little bit more just so I can get used to that kind of thought process of where can I put them, where can I plan them out, how can I use the colors, how can I develop different line and shape techniques. So I think at the beginning it's going to start a little bit closer to less expressive and spontaneous, more planned out, but hopefully it will feel spontaneous and feel like it's just in the moment. And I'm hoping that that will lead me into having more epiphanies on how I can just make it happen as I'm working on the piece. This is something that some artists just work so well in that kind of mode, or at least it seems like they do, where they can mark make in a way that just feels so alive. And I do not work well that way. I need to have everything planned out, and when I don't plan them out, it usually goes a little bit awry. Not quite as well as it could have had I planned it out. So yeah, that's a skill that I would like to build over time. Next time, when I have my next video, which will be next week, I am actually working on the next project, which is my tarot deck. I am so excited to start working on this. It's been a dream project of mine for a while. So I can't wait to show you guys some of the beginning steps that I am working on to plan out the whole deck, and also the first couple of cards. And if you would like to be one of the first people to have a print of one of the tarot cards, make sure to go sign up for Patreon. Over on Patreon, if you are part of the print tier, which used to be the citrine tier or the package tier, I am now going to have an exclusive print of one of the tarot cards that I painted that month that will only ever be available to my patrons of that month. So if you'd like to be one of the first, then make sure to go sign up before the end of this month. And if you'd like the sticker pack, then make sure to sign up for the sticker pack tier. Oh, and the print tier also comes with the stickers too. I should say that. But anyways, there is a link down in the description that'll take you over there so you can check out my Patreon and see if one of those tiers calls to you. But I also have the original painting of this piece up at my shop right now. There's a link again down in the description. But of course I want to give a huge, massive thank you to all of my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough for all the support that you show me. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. So I'll see you then.